Oh, I 100% want to get this over and fucking done with. I almost did not even want to do this today. And a part of me is like, do I even want to keep doing this? Like, will I even realistically watch these over? I don't even know if I want to keep doing this anymore. Anyways, you could probably tell this week was not like a great week. I don't know why. Like, I haven't felt great emotionally this week, but it wasn't until I was literally putting this list together. I was like, well, today I didn't even realize this wasn't a great week for me. But yeah, just little things happened here and there. Yeah, something has to be happening in the universe because this wasn't a great week for me. Anyways, Monday, I had my first Catalan class, which was good. I loved it. I want to definitely do that class. I like the teacher. It's a small class. Maddie and Heidi are in there. Yeah, but found out. So the guy said, the teacher said, yeah, you can totally stay in this class, whatever. I have no problem with it, but I can't sign up for the class online. So apparently, you can only sign up. The last day to sign up for the class, the deadline was September 15th. So the people at the front desk say they're gonna deal with it. Every time I went there, I always caught them after they were closed or I forgot. And I finally went there on Thursday. So they say, yeah, we're gonna try to see what we can do on our end. So hopefully they can get me into the fucking class. I had La Horchata for the first time. I went with Maddie and Heidi up to wherever, Garbinet, I think. We went to Azul, a place called Azul, a little place. And we bought La Horchata, which was so amazing. I love it. So apparently they had their meeting with Aina, and Aina told them they should try it out. It's a very popular Valencian um, beverage. So I went with them together. I wish I bought like the big bottle to carry home. I loved it. It was so good, so milky, and it was so sweet that I had to ask Google like, is this like bad for you? Because this is really sweet. It's actually very good with for you. It's packed with vitamins, so that's great. Can drink that every fucking day. Yeah. Then later that night, I messaged a guy on Grinder because he spoke English. So I was like, hi, whatever. So he's from France. He's in Barcelona. Now he's here. So we're just talking, and he invited me to go out. So we went out. His name is William. We went to Koba, had some shisha. Um, Went to Koba, had some shisha. We had a cocktail each. Yeah, shared a shisha. He's a smoker, like he smokes cigarettes, the French, but he couldn't handle the shisha. He was like coughing every 2 seconds, like he really couldn't handle it. But anyways, we finished. I had a really good time with him, not gonna lie. He's like he looks alright in the face, but then I guess he's taller than me. And he looked like he had some big feet, honey. He looked like he had some size 12s, hair like that. He's biracial. Yeah, he looks very just alright in the face, very much a 5 out of 10, very just average. And then his body, he looked a little thicky thick, not a fat, but like a little thicky thick. So I was like, But I had a really good time, and we planned to see each other Tuesday. Or no, that was so yeah. He's like tomorrow Tuesday we can maybe go out or whatever because he leaves on Thursday. He leaves on Thursday. So I was like, okay, yeah, whatever, whatever. And I was telling him about my French friend Arnaud, whatever. And yeah. And even afterwards, he was smoking. We were having a bit of a talk. Some French guys upstairs he was talking to that guy in French for a bit, and then that was it. Then he was talking to me again, finished his cigarette, and he's like, yeah, well, I'm gonna head back. I'm like, okay, I can head back to whatever. I was kind of giving him like the fuck me eyes, but and then yeah, when he finished, he's like, I'm gonna head back, and I was like, all right, I'll head back too. He said, I'll see you tomorrow. I said, yeah. And then when we hugged, he was like really caressing my back and whatever. But at this time, like, I didn't know what else to do. Like, I'm not gonna invite myself back to your place. Like, you're not gonna ask me or not. So I just said, all right, bye, and I went back to my place. Tuesday, We went to B1 Spanish. It was the first day, but turns out it was just like the test to test us to see if we're B1 or not. So I was the first of the girls to go. I went. Oh my god, I went talking to the woman. Everything seemed fine. I don't even think I stumbled. I think maybe here and there like stumbled a bit, but I felt confident when I was speaking to her in Spanish. And then she was like, yeah, I thought she said, I suggest for you like B2, you don't want to go to B2. And I was like, B2, no, I'm not. I don't think I'm at B2. I think, yeah, B1 is definitely like where I need to be. So I think maybe even I need to maybe be in A2. And she's like, yeah, that's what I meant. Like, I meant, wouldn't you feel more comfortable in the A2 class? And I was like, oh. So I was like, not my ego going from here to here. So I was like, no, I would not feel comfortable in the A2 class. I need to be in the B1 class. I'm not going to A2. And even for the Erasmus thing, I need to be in B1. I can't go down. And she said, okay, all right, whatever. And then Heidi went, I think, or Maddie. Maddie went. And then, yeah, she strongly suggested for Maddie A2. Heidi, same thing. She's like, I strongly suggest A2. And they, apparently to them, they say they both, or Maddie said, she told her, yeah, I need to be in this class. So she was like, okay, well, I'm going to put a star by your name because I strongly think you need to be in A2. And Heidi said when she went out there, her ego just, she said her ego died. And she just like, she didn't say anything. But so they were strongly suggested to go to A2, but we got an email from them saying where we should be going for classes, and they're still in B1, so we're all still in B1. That's great. I also had a problem paying my rent. I was trying to pay my rent through Revolut, and Revolut was saying, nah, bitch. Revolut was saying, we're not going to allow you to pay your rent. And I couldn't do it. And I'm like, are you telling me I'm going to have to fucking... Because first when I paid it through my HSBC. I didn't know that. I forgot that. And then, yes, I paid it through my HSBC. And then, so I was like, am I going to have to fucking send money to my HSBC, pay the fees to send it from Euro to UK, then pay it from my UK to this Euro bank account and then pay extra fees for that. And I'm like, I'm not fucking doing that. I'm not taking it from Euros to UK, pay fees, and then have to send it from UK to Euro and pay fees. Hell fucking no. So I tried, after like 2 hours trying to figure this shit out, and I'm trying to figure this shit out, and I just did it from my tablet and it just worked. So anyways, I paid my rent, honey. Um, yeah, so Tuesday night I had issues with these motherfuckers. Anyways, Tuesday, please tell me why Arnaud messaged me on Monday night and he was like, OMG, bitch, you're on a date with a French guy. So I just saw that and I just said Tuesday, my answer. So Tuesday I was like, oh my God, how did you know that? He was like, because the guy messaged me. He messaged me and told me that you guys were on a date. And I was just like, how did you guys even get in contact? But I was just like, I just was like, yeah, I was, he's French or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I think we just left it. I just gave him like a, yeah, uh-huh. Um, and then a bit after that, not even a bit after that, that was like in the day. And then like late afternoon, the guy was like, are we still coming to mine for pre-drinks? Maybe like 5. He's like, are we still coming to mine for pre-drinks? And I was like, yeah, totally. And then he was like, oh, also, I met up with your friend Arnaud last night. We met up and we spoke. I met him, we met up and we spoke. And I'm like, oh, you guys met up? Arnaud told me that y'all messaged, but y'all met up. We left Koba like 12:30 a.m. So you guys met up at like what, after 1 a.m.? To do what? Talk about me? Please. So that was interesting. And then it was interesting that he said met up with and spoke to, but then Arno said messaged. That was interesting to me. And then, so he messaged and he was like, yeah, I met up with your friend Arno, whatever, whatever. And then he was like, I invited him tonight. Is that okay? And I was like, yeah. I was just like, the more the merrier. That's all I said. And then, like, shortly after that, maybe like 20 minutes later, I don't know, Arno messages me and he's like, yeah, so you guys are having pre's at his? And I was like, yeah, we are. He's like, oh my God, he invited me too. And I was like, what did I just kept it cool. I was like, oh, that's cool. Or, okay, that's cool. And then he was like, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. Oh my God, this whole situation is so funny. And I was just like, yeah. Because I don't know what he was trying to do, but okay. And I forgot where it was. I think William said it somewhere in the message to be like, yeah, I met up with him last night, and last night I invited him to come. So from last night, you invited him to come, and you're just telling me this a few hours before we're supposed to meet up, because you're supposed to meet up at like 8, 8:30. It was 5 at this point. You just telling me now? No, this man invited you last night to come to Pre's, and you're just telling me now at 5:30 that you're coming to Pre's? I had half of my not to show up. And part of me is like, I probably should have just been a diva and not showed up. And then part of me is like, I feel like I'm happy that I did show up so I can see the side of Arnaud. And again, everything is very like foggy and misty. I don't know if he did anything that I'm thinking he did, but you know, I can't answer everything. I dwell in the negatives. So, anyways, whatever. I'm getting ready. The guy told me 9, I think. I think the night before he said 8:30. Then Tuesday he said 9. So I was like, okay. Then he's like, oh, you know what? Let's push it to 9:30. And I was like, bet, yeah, fine. Please tell me why at 9:22, Arno is messaging me about, oh my God, where are you? We are waiting for you. And I'm like, why the fuck are you waiting for me at 9:22 when William told me 9:30? Did William tell me 9:30 and he told you 9 o'clock so that he can see you before he sees me? Is that what's happening here? Anyways, I was just like, I'm coming. I'm coming now. So I left my place. I went there. It was like a 15-minute fucking walk. So anyways, I got there at 9:36. So yeah, that Arno messaged me about where are you, blah, 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 and then what his name, he just sent his address. That was it, just the address. William just sent the address. So I'm there. I messaged William like, I'm here. I'm outside. Nothing. I think maybe like 2, 3 minutes pass. I messaged Arno. I'm here. I'm outside. Nothing. I think I literally had to fucking call Arno. Hi. And I'm like, I'm outside. I've been outside. I'm outside. So he's like, okay, yes, he's coming down. He's going downstairs right now to come and get you. Anyways, he come down the stairs. I come down. And he's like, oh, hi, how are you doing? And touching up my back, whatever. And I'm like, I'm fine, thank you. And yourself? All right. Because not y'all happy. Maybe it was 5 minutes. I don't know. I was just like, I'm outside fucking waiting. Let you guys know I'm coming. Like, I'm fucking waiting. And then there was just this, I was right under these people who were like talking, like they were right here in their thing talking. And I'm in my motherfucking pink belly skin shirt. And I don't know this area. And I'm like, and then also I'm just like, I messaged the both of y'all and nothing. I messaged you, William, nothing. For a few minutes, and I messaged Arno, nothing. Waited a few minutes and not to like call you. Nobody checked their phone during that time. Either y'all checked your phone, saw my messages, didn't give a fuck, which I don't believe, or two, y'all were just doing stuff that y'all shouldn't be doing, and you were so engrossed in whatever the fuck you were doing that you didn't see my message. Anyways, Jesus Christ, and there's so much more to go. I feel like I've been talking so much and there's so much more to fucking go. Anyways, while there, long story short, he just seemed like he was giving more attention to Arnaud than me. It got to a point where it was like, Arnaud kept talking about this guy in Colombia and how he lied to him and everything. I'm like, I think me and William at one point were kind of like, oh my god, like you're bringing the vibes down because he just can't go away, can't go away. But then William was very engrossed in this conversation, and I got like me kind of as well. I was just going with the flow or whatever. And that, yeah, obviously we're drinking and stuff at this point. And then they slip into the French, honey, and I'm like, here the fuck we go. And then sometimes William would catch himself and be like, okay, we gotta go back to English now, whatever. And then they would keep going in and out of the English and the French. And then yeah, it was implicit at first that he was giving Arnaud a bit more attention. Then it got explicit. Like he was very obviously giving Arnaud more attention than me. It was very explicit at one point. And I was just like, at this point, I'm in my own vibe, doing my own thing. I guess I'm gonna wait till we go out or whatever. Then we found out, yeah, we're not going out because I think the buses and the tram stopped running. Because I think it was like 11. Yeah, it was like 11 at this point. And Arnaud was like, yeah, there's no more bus, no more tram. So you'd have to get a taxi up and a taxi back. So I was like, I wasn't even hard up to go out anyways. So it's probably for the best. So we're still drinking and like talking and stuff. They're playing all this fucking French music. Which, I mean, the beat and stuff sounded nice, but not enough for me to move or feel to dance or anything. So, I was in my own world, girl, taking pictures and whatever. And twice they went to go smoke, and they seemed very cuddled up, huddled up. Obviously, I don't smoke, so they're overdoing their thing and whatever. And they just seemed cuddled up, huddled up, close up, whatever, talking their French, being all intimate and whatever. So at this point, I was like, yeah, it's over. I'm not doing anything with this man. And at this point, I was like, why am I even still here? It's one of those things where it's like, I knew I should have like left because like, why am I still here? I have class tomorrow at 12 o'clock and I'm not feeling the vibes, but I just spent so much time doing my makeup, getting ready, walking here. Now I've drank all this liquor and I've gotten a bit tipsy, and for what? To just leave. So I was thinking, and then obviously I'm tipsy, but the best thing would have just been to leave earlier than what I did. So I could have much earlier washed off the makeup, took off the clothes, and get the fuck to bed. Anyways. At one point I go to the bathroom. He had the sliding bathroom. Also, yeah, he's just visiting, so he was in an Airbnb. It was such a nice place. I go to the bathroom. Pull that thing across the door. My drunk ass. It never closed properly. So when I went back to close it, please tell me why I look at these bitches on the couch and it's William. Like all up in Arnaud's face, like all up, like I don't know if they were about to kiss or something, but yeah, Arnaud is like sitting there like look at him, and then William's like all up in his face, whatever. And I said, oh, and then they saw me too. I said, yeah. So after that, I was double just like, yeah. And I'm fucking this man tonight. And then I was like, oh my god, what if they fucked? No, not what if. The whole time was like, what if? But now I was like, they fucked last night. I was like, they fucked last night. They probably fucked today as well. Who fucking knows? But anyways, and yeah, before that we were trying to get Arno to go out, like, come out with us, come out with us. And Arno was giving every excuse under the sun not to come. And then when he was finally like, my knee, because I hurt my knee because he dropped last week. And then that's when I saw, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, okay, all right. And William was still trying to get him to go out. This was like earlier. But yeah, back to the bathroom thing. After that, again, I should have just left. Anyways, the people telling him the music is too loud, he needs to turn it down. So we gone out by the church to sit by the church, talking or whatever, in English. Some homeless man comes by. I don't know what the fuck he's saying to them in Spanish. They're talking in Spanish to Arno. Then apparently the homeless man knows French. So the three of them is fucking talking French. And the man takes a fucking seat. I said, oh my fucking God. Big fucking conversation, Big fucking conversation. I said, there's no way we're parring with the homeless man right now. Anyways, he keeps looking at me and whatever, and gesturing to me. So I was like, what is he saying or whatever? And they're both like, because they're talking French, and he's like, so basically he's saying that you're so beautiful. He's saying that you're so beautiful, and he loves what you are wearing tonight, and he would just love to fuck you. He would just do anything so that to be able to fuck you. And I was just like, and then William was like, yeah, that's like what he's saying, and I was just like, oh, gracias, pero no gracias. And then they still fucking talking. They're still fucking talking. And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing right now? And I think, yeah, I just had my hand like this over my knee. The man takes my hand and kisses my hand. I said, oh, thank you. And at one point, he gets up and leaves to go do something. I don't know what he gone to go do. Left the bag. And I was like, guys, what are we doing right now? Are we talking to the homeless man? Is that what we're doing? No, I was like, where's he going? And then Arno was like, oh, he's going to go get something or whatever. And I'm like, are we just hanging with the homeless man right now? Is that what we're doing? And he's like, yeah, he's nice or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but we're not hanging with the homeless man, are we? And then at one point, he just started to ignore me and talk to William. So I gathered my things and I started walking off. I said, I'm going the fuck. Or I stood up. So I just stood up. And I think I was saying to like, we're not hanging with the homeless man. He's talking to him, he's not talking, saying that it's me. So I just start fucking walking, and the two of them is like, oh no, Michelle, Sean, don't go. No, Michelle, don't go. Bitch, that was it. And I was purposely, that my Leo was coming out because I was like, wanting attention. I was wanting to chase me or give me attention to be like, where? No, stop, wait, come back, what are you doing? They were like, Michelle, no, where are you going? No, don't go. Don't go. That was it, bitch. Soft voice. And I was purposely walking slow. Nobody got up to chase me, and I'm sure they were very happy to have a little time, bitch. Tell me why I'm walking and my maps stop. Or I'm just walking, pull up maps, and not working. Turn my data off, turn my data back on. Nothing. So I took some minutes. I think I walked a little bit to try to figure it out. Couldn't walk back, and I'm there for like maybe 2 minutes. Like, should I go back? Should I not go back? I'm so embarrassed. I have to ask them for help. I'm so fucking embarrassed. I finally just decided to go. They're like, oh, you're back. I'm like, I'm not back. I was like, I'm not back. My data has stopped working, and I need to get home. They're like, oh, are you mad? And I'm like, I just need to get home. Like, I just need to get home or whatever. And they're like, you just, Arnold was like, you just left. I said, no, I told you I did not want to be here with the homeless man and you wanted to ignore a bitch. So I just left. I'm not going to be sitting here fucking talking out to a homeless man and all you fucking talking in French on top of that. No, I want to go home. And they're like, oh, of course, they're apologizing profusely. And I really did not care. I just really wanted to go home. So I'm just like, yeah, all right, yeah, whatever. So anyways, they're walking, they're apologizing profusely, and blah, 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 blah. And at one point, the homeless man was like walking, and I think William was like holding him back to say no, no, no. And at one point, I was like, I know you want to fuck this man, so now you have your own time to just do your thing. He's like, no, I don't want to fuck him. I don't want to fuck him. And I'm like, no, it's like obvious, like you whatever. And at one point, he stopped me to say, no, whatever. And I'm like, I don't want to stop, bitch. I want to fucking go home. And then we got to a point where like it's just a straight walk to go home. So like, you guys can stop now, whatever, whatever. They're like, no, we're gonna walk you home. We're definitely gonna walk you to your door. Anyways, so what was I saying? So anyways, we're still walking, and they're both like apologizing, and they're both whatever, whatever. And they didn't know in France, it's so normal to just be sitting with the homeless and talking. The homeless just come up to you and then you just talk to them. It's just so normal in France and whatever. We didn't know. We're sorry. We should have known. Yeah, we should have known you were uncomfortable because the guy said he wanted to fuck you and we still talk to him. I said, y'all are still missing that point, but whatever. Yeah, okay. I guess you guys are right. Okay, I'm gonna go in now. Bye. Bye. Like it was very much given that I think they very much knew I was still like not pleased. I was giving bye. Okay, bye. And I saw them bitches outside my window. Something told me to open the window and I fucking saw them out there. Whatever, whatever in French. Like Arnaud was just like and at one point saw William hug him and comfort him and then they walked back. I thought they were holding hands, but I watched the video back. They were not holding hands. So yeah. I was so fucking upset and I literally was ready to cut him off. I messaged Heidi and Maddie that night. I was like, unfollow Arno. We don't fuck with that boy no more. The next day they're like, what happened? I told them what happened and whatever. And of course Arno messaged me and whatever. So we're fine. Definitely giving him a side eye. But I guess we're fine now. That was fucking Tuesday. When nothing happened on Wednesday. Thursday, yeah, Arno was like, we can take a drink on Wednesday and talk and whatever, whatever. Turns out Wednesday he couldn't because his new roommate came, so whatever. Thursday, we were supposed to go out again. Not again, two of us were supposed to go out because we couldn't go on Wednesday. So two of us were supposed to go out. Then, yeah, I was like, we could do the Mad Pilots. He's like, which one? I was like, we could do the one closest to me since we haven't tried that one. He said, okay. Then he'd come back and say, can we try the other Mad Pilots? Because I want you to meet all of my classmates and you're going to love them and they're going to love you. And I'm like, what the fuck ever. So I came and yeah, Pedro was there. So I was like, oh my God, Pedro. But he was on the other side of the table. And Adele was there sitting beside Arnaud talking to some Spanish girl. So I was like, okay. Oh my God, Adele's face is so small. Um, Long story short, yeah, I was just there, got my little sangria. Then I went outside. No, we all went outside because they were going to smoke. They all smoke, honey, except for Margot. Pedro, Arnaud, Adele, they was all on the cigarettes and the tobacco, whatever, honey. So I'm just with them and whatever. Sometimes they would slip into the French and English and whatever. And Adele was seeming like he was a bit interested in me. I was kind of getting those vibes a little bit. So I was like, okay, all right. Okay, sir. Um, yeah, I was like very like I've been given in examples. I was like low key feeling those vibes, and then yeah, Pedro and Arnaud went over for a little bit to talk in French to themselves, and Adele was like, "So what are you doing tonight?" And I was like, "What are you doing tonight?" He's like, "I'm gonna go home, change, and then yeah, maybe just go out and see what happens, whatever." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I had no plans to go out, but I feel like." Now that I'm here and I had the sangria and I'm with you guys, I feel like I could go. And he's like, well, yeah, just go. Yeah, Pedro's I was like, yeah, we're just gonna go home and get changed and then go out. And I'm like, all right, well, how long is that gonna take? Whatever, whatever. And I was telling again, like, yeah, I live in San Vicente. They were like, oh, and I was like so heartbroken, like, why did you have to live in San Vicente? Oh my God, everything is in Mercado. And I'm like, yeah, I know that after I moved here. Like, now I know that. um, so yeah, so that means so yeah, I couldn't really spend time with him. So he was, and I like he seemed very shaken by that because if I went up, they would just go up, they would go home, change or whatever, And because I don't live up there, I would have to wait for them to change or whatever, which is not cute. And then when we finish, they could just walk home. Meanwhile, I would have to go all the way back to fucking San Vicente, and there's no tram in the week. I think the trams stop, yeah, the trams stop at 12, the buses stop, I mean 11. The buses and trams stop at 11. So I would have to get a taxi or an Uber to come back to San Vicente, so it just didn't make sense. Yeah, and then turns out, yeah, Arno was like, I'm crushing on Adele big time. Um, and then Pedro, who is bisexual, so that's what they were talking about when they went off by themselves. They were like, is he gay? Is he bi? Whatever. Pedro asked that to Arno, so Arno was like, the fact that he asked me that, I feel like Pedro might be into him as well. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Saturday, I went to the beach. Yes, we were supposed to meet at the beach for 12:30. That was the plan. 12:30 was the plan. So I made sure to get, I woke up at like 8 and I got the 10:30 tram. And I was very confused of where to go and everything. I guess I could have gotten a later one, but I got that one and it got me there for 11:40. Yeah. Um, so anyways, I knew I was gonna be a bit early. But then that's what I was gonna catch. I made up my mind to catch that one and I told Arno from Friday and he said, yeah, he's gonna come and he's gonna bring some people. So I was hoping he's gonna bring like Pedro and Adele. I was hoping. But yeah. So then I called him to remind him when I woke up, which was like 8, no answer. So then he called me when it was like 10:30. I'm like ready to go catch this 10:39 train. It was like 10:35. And then he called me back and whatever. And I'm like, oh, you were sleeping, you're not ready? Because I'm about to go. And he's like, I thought you said we were meeting at 12:30. And I was like, no, we're meeting at the beach at 12:30. And then he was like, oh, I told my friends that we'll meet at 12:30, so I'm going to be a bit late. And I was like, all right, see you there. Gone now to catch the tram. Yeah, there was a bit of a misunderstanding, but I still ended up where I needed to end up at Costa Blanca, San Juan Beach for 11:40. Message Miss Mom, and she moving into her place or whatever. So I'm like, okay, so she's not gonna be here till like 12:30. Let me be productive. And so I did a bit of studying on my flashcards and I did a bit of reading. And yeah, I'm trying to get in contact with Maddie because time was going. So needless to say, Maddie didn't show up until 1:15 with her friend, bitch. 1:15. At the same time, they showed up. I think Arno called and he was like, I'm at the beach. Where are you? And I'm like, whatever. So I think so they're probably maybe on the same tram and didn't even know it. I don't know. Like literally, I had my head down like in my bag. I just finished my book, put my book back, and then I just heard people speaking in English, and I'm like, oh my god, English speakers. And at one point, I was like, is that fucking Maddie that I hear? And it was them. Yeah. And then talking to them, and then like a minute later, Arnold calls. He's literally on the beach, on the beach. I was like at the front. So yeah, I was there from 11:40 and they pulled up at 1:15. You do the math, because I can't do the math right now. It's like what? An hour 25? An hour 35. I was just sitting there for an hour and 35 minutes. I saw one family came a few minutes after I came and they left before my friends and stuff came. I was there for an hour and 35 minutes. So I told myself, I'm leaving here at fucking 2 o'clock. I'm leaving, or was it 3 o'clock? Yeah, I told myself I'm leaving at 2:30. 2:30, I'm leaving, whatever, but there was no trams and stuff for 2:30. There was one for 2:50. So I got my fucking black ass up and left at 2:50 because I'm like, hell no. And even I was leaving, they were all like, because Alicia, Maddie's friend, was there too. She's like, they were both like, oh my God, you're leaving? No. And I'm like, yes, I've been here since 11:40. I'm leaving. I'm catching the 2:50. And I was having a pretty good time talking to Alicia and them and the music and stuff. I almost got caught up, but I said, I've got to stay strong and go. Plus, I'm going to see them tonight anyways. Get your ass up and go. But yeah, couldn't really blame Maddie because I was really mad. I was just frustrated, not mad at anyone because Maddie thought I was with Agno, which is probably why she took an extra 35 minutes. She fucking killed me in her snap, but she's like, yeah, I'm just waiting for Alicia now. That was at like 1 o'clock. I'm just waiting for Alicia. I was like, oh my fucking God. You waiting for her? Bitch, I'm waiting for you. But she thought I was with Arno, so I don't blame her. And then Arno, if he is to be believed, he didn't know we were meeting there until 12:30. So I was like, whatever, okay. And his friends didn't come. It was just him. I was so upset. I was just like, ugh, really? Yeah, then we went to the rooftop bar, went home and changed, went to the rooftop bar with Alicia, Arno, and what's his name? And Maddie. And it was a cute little time. Yeah, that's it. That was my week. So yeah, couldn't. I'm still not registered for this Catalan class. Hopefully, I can register for this Catalan class officially. And what else? Oh, he also said something shady. Like they were talking, and I was on my phone, and they thought I couldn't hear. She said something in French. He's like, "Oh, your pronunciation is so good," and she's like, "Oh my God, thank you." He's like, "Yes, it's better than Michelle's and whatever." And they all started laughing, and then I forgot. They were like, "Did you hear that?" Whatever, and I'm like, "Huh? What? What happened? Why are you guys laughing? What happened?" They're like, "Never mind, no, never mind, no." He's like, "No, never mind." And I was like, "Oh, guys," and I'm like, "You shady fucking bitch." So Arno is really on my side eye list. I think he's kind of. I'm just as I say, he's gonna just be demoted to the friend I go out with and hang out with sometimes. I'm not gonna break my back to hang out with him or worry about him. We're out. We're out. I'm just not gonna care too much because yeah, he giving me kind of I can't trust you vibes. That was my week. So yeah, the Catalan class, the William stuff. What else was there? The waiting for almost 2 hours, hour and however many minutes for them people to come. Yeah. Hopefully next week is better. Oh, and it was very heavy rains. It was flooding all over Cayman this week. Heavy, heavy floods, bitch. Like water, high water all over Cayman. It was weird. But yeah,